let's talk about the fact that as of this week, I have learned that our OB offices are now backed up until almost June, July.
No way.
Mm-hmm.
How are moms getting in? How are they getting seen?
They were told that if something's wrong, go to the ER.
And they're not even equipped to take care of
and
pregnant
as a first
women.
time mom, do you really know when something's off?
No.
Like a first time pregnancy. And so there's moms that are like well into their second trimester before they're finally getting seen.
That's insane. That's insanity.
Yeah.
I can't believe that.
So they're having to go as far as like an hour out to hopefully get seen. But if you're in our area, we're a very heavy military community. Community. So sometimes they don't have the money to
go somewhere else.
Yeah.
What in the waddle?
What in the waddle? Like, can you, like, I just...
Literally.
We're like living in a little house on the prairie times.
Welcome, Waddlers. I'm Christian.
And I'm Alicia.
Welcome back to the Waddling Truth, the podcast where we talk about pregnancy, parenting, and the absolute chaos that comes with growing a tiny human.
If you're pregnant, sleep deprived, or currently negotiating with your toddler about why we don't lick the dog, you're in the right place. If you're enjoying the show, hit follow, share this episode with another parent, and help us spread the chaos.
Okay, we're talking about waddling wisdom, and this one's a good one. So, Braxton Hicks versus the real true contractions.
Yes, the real pregnancy mind game.
For real. Is this labor, or did I just stand up too fast?
Do I need to drink water, or do I need to go to the emergency room?
Seriously. So, testing. 1 contraction, 2 contraction, 3 contraction, 4.
Red fish, blue fish, 3 fish more. Can you tell it's been Dr. Seuss week?
Yeah. Braxton Hicks are basically the uterus doing a sound check before the concert.
Mm-hmm. You haven't even started the show yet.
No, ma'am. They're irregular, they come and go, and they usually stop if you hydrate or change positions or if you lay down. Just a tip, if you think it's contractions, like true contractions, get in the bath. I know they say don't get in the bath, but I've always taken baths with my babies. But take a bath, and if they stop, they were Braxton Hicks. If they continue, they're real contractions.
Also, it's going to be more... Braxton Hicks are usually on one side of your belly, whereas the whole contraction is usually your whole stomach will go hard.
I always had them whole.
Mine, I actually had them like on one side, and then it would be whole for...
Yeah, no, I always felt them on my whole stomach. In fact, like, it just kind of... It was the weirdest feeling because, like, I don't know, like, it just felt like all of a sudden it would feel... Braxton Hicks for me felt like my baby was like pushing out,
balling up on you.
Yeah, kind of like, but like it felt like she was doing, like, taking all of her limbs and like pushing out, and that was the best way I could describe it. In fact, I didn't know that I was having Braxton Hicks until I went in and got monitored at 35 weeks because I was actually not having Braxton Hicks. I was having true contractions, but they did feel the same for me. I knew when real contractions hit because back labor started for me. So
yeah, I always knew it was Braxton Hicks because it would feel like they were just balling up, like,
just
a little ball would be right here, but the rest of my stomach would be flat. Now, true contractions, they're going to show up like a very determined Amazon delivery driver. They keep coming, stronger, closer together, no cancellation, no rescheduling.
And every pregnant woman spends the last month of her pregnancy doing the same exact thing, timing contractions while simultaneously wondering if it's gas. I know for me, I always thought I was having real contractions, and I was always scared that I was going to have like a car baby because I had fairly quick labors. And for me, when my real contractions hit, they hit hard. And so I was always really scared that I was going to go into labor and like be in the car or something, you know?
Yeah. And a good tidbit is to always go, what is it, the 4-1-1 rule? 4 contractions within an hour lasting about a minute long. And you know what?
And honestly, when in doubt, just go get checked. That's literally what they're there for.
If you're like feeling it and you're just like, this does not feel right, this hurts, or it's just becoming unbearable, go get checked out. You might be up there for an hour and they check you out and they say everything's good, or you can end up being in labor and, you know.
Sometimes you might even get to see your baby.
Yeah.
Which is fun. Like in an ultrasound, not like birth. But, I mean, I guess if you're having real contractions, just to recap really quick, true contractions do not stop if you get in the bath, if you hydrate, and you lay down. So if you're doing all of those things and they continue or they get stronger, get checked, get seen. If you feel uncomfortable and you just don't know whether or not it's true contractions or not, again, get seen. It's okay. And honestly, as a mom of 5, I'm not embarrassed to say that I went in at least 10 times in the last trimester of my 4th baby, and then probably twice in my 5th pregnancy. And, the only reason I didn't go more is because I was having doctor's appointments pretty often just because I was getting ultrasounds because I had my babies really close together. So,
And don't be discouraged if they are trying to stop labor and they send you home, because you have to remember, even though at like 36 weeks, baby's technically considered term and they'll be fine, your doctor's main goal is to get them as close to 40 weeks as possible. So they might give you something to try to stop the contractions. It might work, it might not.
yeah.
But their main goal is just to try to get you closer to 40 weeks as possible.
Yeah.
But
And honestly, you might be technically term at 36 or 37 weeks, but you're not full term until you're 39 weeks. So we're going to go ahead and move on to during the waddle. And today we're going to talk about something that I'm pretty sure all moms have felt.
gender disappointment.
Yes.
Now, this is something I will say that people don't talk about enough. They actually get more scrutinized for it. Like, oh, how could I've seen so many people like, I hope that your baby doesn't see that video where you were upset. How would they feel? And da da da. Okay. One,
They're not going to care.
they're not gonna
Think about if it was you. Would you really be like so crushed? My mom wanted a boy, but she got me. If you're doing that, okay, take a serious chill pill. Okay, your baby's not gonna care. They're gonna think it's funny.
I mean, I will say and I don't even, and I don't think half the time we remember our reaction, because with my third son, my parents had it on video and we popped a popper and they said that when it came out boy, I threw it and walked away. But I don't remember that. I don't remember throwing it and walking away, because I remember looking up and saying, oh, it's blue again. And I just remember they said I flicked it and just walked forward. And I was like, but I mean, it doesn't mean I don't love my child, but I will also say people kind of hype it up in your head a lot. Like when people are like, you think about it, you find out you're pregnant and then the symptoms come. And then you've got people that are coming up to you saying, all the wives tell, like, oh, you're having a girl this time. So they kind of hype it up in your head. And I think that we believe it. So when it ends up being the opposite gender, it's kind of like you feel like you're lied to. It's not like you're disappointed. You're just like, well, I just got all excited about how bows and tutus, and now what am I going to do?
Nobody did that for me. They never talked it up to me. I mean, don't get me wrong. People definitely wanted me to have a boy because I have 5 girls. So, that's a fun fact about me. I have 5 girls, and I have had this, with a lot of my babies. Am I sad that they're all girls? No. I am actually thrilled to have all girls. You know, it's exactly what I needed in my life, and truly I wouldn't have it any other way. But I did have gender disappointment, and I think it should be normalized more instead of scrutinized, especially the videos of dads. Dads are allowed to have gender disappointment too, okay? It's really sad. I think that gender parties are actually really toxic because you should be allowed to feel your feelings without being on camera and being kind of exposed for how you feel about your baby. It's because it's not how you feel about your baby, okay? Everybody is essentially mourning the baby that they thought they were going to have. So for me, I have bows, tutus, princess things, all that. I've always dreamed about getting construction boy jammies. I always dreamed about the baseball clothes, all the fun little boy things. And I was sad that my husband was never going to have a son because our 5th was our last. Really, our 4th was our last, but our 5th was our surprise last. And in my head, I thought for sure, okay, well, if God wanted me to have one more, he wanted me to have another, so I finally had my son. No, and that's not how that went. And that's okay. And it's okay that I felt that way in that moment. And bless my husband, he was not disappointed at all, or at least he didn't show it. But I was so grumpy. I was mad about being pregnant to begin with, to be honest, but I'm so grateful that I had her, and I'm so happy that she's part of our lives, and I don't have disappointment now. It's fleeting moments, and please don't hold yourself to it and feel guilty, because truly it's a moment and it's okay to feel that way in that moment.
And I'll say when I found out I was pregnant with my daughter, I was terrified because I was like, all I know how to do is boys. How am I gonna know how to raise a girl? But it's human. It's human to want to experience something that you've never experienced before. And so it's totally normal. I do have a quick funny story though. One of our clients, this is her first pregnancy, so it's really funny to talk about because she came back in after, but she came in and she was convinced she was having a girl. Everybody told her she was having a girl, so she was convinced she was having a girl. We took her outside and we let her pop one of those poppers and it came out boy. Oh my God. This poor woman for 15 minutes cried and was yelling at her husband. This is all your fault. I'm calling my mom and I'm telling her. And we're just sitting there going, it's okay. It's okay. She's calling her mom and her mom's like, it's okay. It's only your first baby. It's fine. So we finally got her to calm down. We're like, do you want to check again? Can we check and see if he changed his mind? And so we did. And she goes, okay. But she came back a few months later. She was like, I'm not mad at him anymore. We're all good. But it was just like, it was an initial reaction because I think they hyped it up that it was a girl and that's what she was expecting. And then just kind of, I don't think it's gender disappointment. I just think it's just like, dang.
You dream about the child that you think you're going to have. Let's just be real. You dream about that child from the second that test turns positive, and you do dream about a specific gender, whether people admit it or not. They do. And it's normal to feel that way. I remember I went to work with she's a great mom, and she was pregnant at the same time I was, due like a few months before me. Well, she had all boys before this, and then she found out she was having a daughter, and she cried. She said, she cried and was, so upset about having a girl. She did not want a girl. She wanted all boys, and a year later, on her first birthday, or I don't know, it might have been not have been a year, she said, "I can't believe I cried at my gender reveal because having this little girl is the best thing in the whole world." You just don't know what you don't know. It's okay to grieve the child that you thought you were gonna have, because we all dream and we all think in our minds that we, have this intuition. I definitely did. I was clearly delusional. But thank God that I have all girls. Thank God, because they are wonderful and precious and everything that dreams are made of, truly.
My mom used to tell, my mom had 3 girls and a boy.
Yeah.
And so it's funny that I had 3 boys and a girl.
That is kind of funny. I never thought about it like that.
She always told us growing up, all you girls are going to have girls because you're going to know what kind of asshole you were growing up. So the fact that I had 3 boys, I was like, oh, I must have not been that
Liam's your
good.
payback, baby.
No, Rosie. And then I met Rose, she makes me want to apologize to my parents all the time. I'm like, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. The funny thing is once that baby shows up and they're screaming at 3 a.m. and projectile peeing and diaper changes, you realize something very quickly. That baby is exactly the chaos you are meant to have.
Yes, 100%. All right, y'all. Let's get into waddling through it.
Gassy babies.
Oh, God. I tell you what, I feel exactly about gassy babies as my reaction to this segment, because newborn gas is something nobody prepares you for. Your baby suddenly turns into a tiny angry tomato, literally trying to squeeze that little toot out, and they can't. They're like Thomas the Train, but without the toot toots. And you're curling legs, you're doing it like a CrossFit baby, okay? You cannot get those little toots out. And I'm telling you, these poor little babies, they suffer for 3 months. And it's normal. It's just normal. It's part of it. The biggest tip I can tell you, and you're gonna hate me, I'm so sorry, please love me, but burp your baby.
Yeah.
Burp your baby. It takes 15 minutes. I nursed my babies guaranteed for 15 minutes, 15 to 20 minutes, but I would burp them for just as long. If you get 3 burps in 2 minutes, you're good to go. If you get 1 burp in 15 minutes, you're good to go. That was always my go-to. If you lay your baby down and they're and squirming, they have a burp. You have to continue to burp them, or else what's going to happen is they're going to scare you to death by freaking vomiting all over themselves and choking on it.
One thing that I learned very quickly after you feed, if you hold your baby up and then they kind of drop their legs, it kind of helps everything move when they scrunch back up. And then if you sit them on your leg and you just kind of make their chin go out.
Yeah, if you can set them, hold on. I need something.
I was looking for a baby doll. I was like, okay.
We're going to use our 7 brew. So this is the baby's head.
Yeah.
This is under the chin.
Yes.
If you sit the baby up, straighten their back like on your leg.
Bring their chin up a little bit.
Bring their chin up a little bit and push their back so it's straight. I swear to you, that's half the time how I got burps. I didn't even have to burp them.
And not these little, like, you literally have to go, like,
Yeah,
my husband used to be like, I'm like, no.
Yeah, you do. And honestly, a lot of the time you can burp them from like their bottom up, and that helps, like burping like from the bottom up because there's gas down there. So there's lots of different ways to burp them, but the holding them straight, like with your hand under their chin, their bottom like on your leg, and then pushing their back so their back is not a curl, so their back is like straight and they're sitting straight up. I'm telling you, that was one of the biggest helpful. Anyways, I'm just saying that's the best way to burp your baby. And the second best way is my mother-in-law will tell you, and she's not wrong. She's got the best advice for babies. She'll say, if you're having a hard time burping your baby, she said, pretend to hand the baby to your partner. So like pretend, you know, and like just that motion of like picking him up like kind of quick and like kind of whatever, like it does. It helps. Like it kind of, I don't know. It's like, when you're on a car ride.
Kind of like scaring the hiccups out of them.
Yeah, essentially. And I don't know, it works though, and usually when I would do that, they would burp.
Yeah, and they usually, also note that formula-fed babies tend to be more gassy than breastfed babies, just because there's a lot more air in the nipple and there's a lot more bubbles and stuff like that.
Yeah.
If you're breastfeeding, sometimes it can depend on what you eat, so that you have to kind of follow a special diet. I never did, but you should follow a special diet. Sometimes there's some babies that can't tolerate dairy, some of them can't tolerate coffee and stuff like that, and affects their gassiness.
It's so sad. I'm so sorry if your baby can't tolerate caffeine, because I'm already praying for you. And then if your baby if you can have caffeine too, like I'm extra praying for you, because like I need caffeine.
Yeah, I remember that like I couldn't drink caffeine with one of mine because they would just mess up their stomach, and after a few, I was like, okay, we're good to go to formula now.
Yeah.
But gas drops help.
Like
the
gripe
water, the little butt whistles.
Yes, the butt whistles. Don't get the Mama Frida. We don't support Mama Frida. No mo. We can get, I'm about to go get the box. I'm about to go get the box of the Amazon brand to like shout them out, because they have them on Amazon. They look the same. They work the same. Don't get Baby Frida. We no longer support them because they are shady. So, you can do your own research if you want to, but like the fact that I don't have words should tell you how I feel about it.
So they're new. They're new to the world. They've never had to fart before. They've never had a burp before. So just things that will help them is like doing little bicycles with their leg.
So, and not only that, so like, have you ever heard of run?
Yep, that's
and like push their legs into their like tummy.
That's what we do. We go run, freeze.
Yeah,
and then they go.
Yeah, it works.
I still do that. My toddlers all go.
Oh, I bet they'd love that.
Yeah, they're fat little legs.
Rosie.
Rosie.
But yeah, it's hard. Those first 3 months are just really hard. You're both just figuring it out. And honestly, with every baby you're just figuring it out again.
And when you have a colicky baby, it makes it even harder to try to burp, because they just
Yeah, I believe that.
Liam was my colic baby.
Man, Liam's testing all boundaries.
He is.
He is a stinker, man, but we love him.
Yeah, he's almost 4. He's calmed down a lot.
He is. They do. And I noticed with Baylor, she calmed down after 3, and they're very similar. And since she's like a girl and he's a boy, I would say that maybe he's like right behind her.
Oh yeah, I agree. If we leave him at the zoo this weekend, you know why. And when that moment finally happens and your tiny human finally produces that sound that makes a middle-aged dad. Oh yeah, talk about.
She's trying to get me to admit that I poop. I don't poop.
Shut up. Oh God. I don't poop. I don't fart. My babies do. I don't. They carry all the poops and farts for me.
Yeah, they do. They do. And they're very gassy. This segment's called After the Waddle. I don't know if you guys have noticed our new, like, get up, but I feel like it's going really well. And I think it's gonna be really fun because I really enjoy talking about postpartum and motherhood and even marriage, and Alicia really, really has a passion for pregnancy and all the things, like, medical-wise. She's so smart.
And we just wanted to hit all of it in a segment because we don't want somebody to be pregnant watching it and be like, "Okay, well, postpartum's not really touching me yet. What can I do?" And so we figure if we put every piece into an episode, we're gonna be helping somebody.
Kittens.
Yeah.
Yeah. And honestly, I think it works because, like, it's also a conversation. So, alright, ladies, let's get into it.
That first poop.
Dads, shut your ears. This isn't for you.
No, it is. It's your fault. This is why we're here. Because you get to go to the bathroom and poop on demand. It's like another labor.
And you have to take a baby with you.
Yeah.
Okay, ladies, let's talk about it. Okay, the first postpartum poop. You walk into the bathroom like you're preparing for a final boss battle.
Gripping the counter and you're doing breathing exercises.
Your insides feel like they're coming out.
You're like, oh my
again.
God, oh my God. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
it's so bad.
remember that like it was yesterday.
I do too. So I'm just going to go ahead and give you guys a little bit of advice here. Take the stool softener. I don't remember if they send you home with every baby with stool softeners.
They're supposed to.
If they do, and even if they don't, ask for stool softeners and take them. Take them for the first week because sometimes it takes a few days. So,
well, because your body is trying to get back to normal, and so, all your systems were just cut off for a little bit.
yeah. So the reason that I think it takes a lot is because your pelvic floor has been through so much, and pushing involves your pelvic floor. So take the stool softeners. It's going to feel like all of your insides are coming out. You're not going to like poop out your whole insides. Trust me. You'll be okay. And truly, you deserve a cookie. For real. Because that is so hard. It is truly hard. I mean, I don't know because I don't poop, but I'm talking from not experience. Oh my God. It's so fun to get on her. It's so fun.
I will say eating like extra fiber and like eating stuff like applesauce and yogurt will also help. I think I had stitches with my first and my last, and I think that's all I remember is just because like also, and if you forget you have stitches, don't wipe, dab. Oh my.
Oh,
so bad.
So, okay, so since we're talking about the Mama Frida, I do want to say they make like an Amazon version of the Mama Frida Perry bottle, and it's like $5. I might go ahead and link some postpartum and like the butt whistles and things like that down in the description. So if you are in need of anything like that, I'm gonna go ahead and put it in the link down below. That's Amazon link, so that way you can find it. Because, girl, I'm telling you, you don't need to spend $30 on a freaking bottle you're going to use for 2 weeks, maybe 6.
Then take everything from the hospital.
Yes, take everything. They're going to throw it. If it's in your room, they're going to throw it away.
Your insurance pays for all of it anyway.
Not only that, but they seriously have to throw it away. If it's been in your room, they have to throw it in the trash. It doesn't matter if it's unopened or not.
Yeah. And before we wrap this up, don't forget to follow the Waddling Truth, share this episode with another parent, and check out our other episodes. Because parenting is a lot easier when you realize everyone is also just winging it.
And that's it for today's episode of the Waddling Truth. Thanks for waddling through pregnancy, parenting, and chaos of raising tiny humans with us. Until next time. Remember, none of us really know what we're doing. We're all just figuring it out one waddle at a time.